Good morning and welcome to the Royal Northern College of Music. Please stand for the President's procession.
Good morning. A very warm welcome to RNCM's 2024 annual congregation, a magical day and one of the highlights in the calendar of RNCM. My name is Ravi Gupta. I have the honor and privilege of being chair to this wonderful college. Very many congratulations to all of our students. We are blessed to have such incredible talent at the college. I hope you enjoy the day and an exciting journey ahead for all of you. I'd like to officially open the ceremony and welcome our amazing principal, Linda Merrick, to say a few words. Thank you very much.
I'm sure it will be fine, thank you. So, good morning everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's Congregation of Awards. This special occasion is where we celebrate the achievements of our students and thank them for the contribution they have made to the life of the college. It's our opportunity to thank you, their parents, families and friends, for the support you have given over many years. And also an opportunity for me to pay tribute to my colleagues here at the RNCM who work so tirelessly on behalf of our students. Each year, we are delighted to confer fellowship and honorary membership of the RNCM on individuals who have made an invaluable contribution to the professional world of music and to the life of the college. We look forward to meeting some of them shortly and hearing about their work. Today, however, is first and foremost about our graduates. For those of you receiving your awards, you should be incredibly proud of all you have achieved in your time here. Your hard work and determination to seize every opportunity to fulfill your goals does you enormous credit. As you embark upon your careers in a highly competitive and rapidly evolving global music industry, the profile and reputation of the institution where you have studied matters more than ever. We were therefore delighted that the RNCM was ranked as one of the top 5 conservatoires in the world in the recent QS University survey. The college also retained its gold status in every category of the UK's Teaching Excellence Framework and has now secured 5 prestigious Times Higher Education Awards, adding the honour of being named the Outstanding Entrepreneurial University of the Year to an increasingly full trophy cabinet. There are too many other external endorsements to list here today, but as our graduates, you can be very proud to have studied at an institution that is recognised for and committed to excellence in everything it does. Studying music at a world-leading conservatoire like the RNCM is incredibly challenging. Students need to excel in their practical, academic and vocational work while managing busy and complex diaries within the institution and externally. Balancing all of these pressures demands not only exceptional talent and dedication, but also resilience and creativity. You have shown all of these qualities in your time with us. As we reflect on where we are today, we can be confident that the RNCM is fulfilling its vision to define the future of music. It is you, our graduates, who will take this vision forward as you embark upon your careers. You will be the advocates for positive change in our profession and in society, ensuring that music is accessible, inclusive and relevant to people of all ages and backgrounds in the years to come. In an increasingly challenging and diverse profession, one of the strongest indicators of our success is that graduates from the RNCM remain so highly sought after by employers. I'm confident that those of you graduating today will follow in these footsteps. You are about to join our global network of alumni, and wherever your lives and careers may take you, you will find friends and allies who studied here. When I speak to former students, it's obvious that the college occupies a very special place in their hearts. I hope it will in yours too. You leave the RNCM with a power not only to realise your dreams, but also to ensure that music is for everyone. I know you will use this power wisely. Your excellence as practitioners, complemented by your innovative spirit, entrepreneurial skills and commitment to others in society, are the qualities that will mark you out for future success and a meaningful and sustainable career in music. Where you study remains on your CV and is your calling card for life. I hope you'll be proud to be graduates of the RNCM. I am confident that you will benefit from the esteem within which the college is held in the UK and overseas, and that this will put you in the strongest possible position for your future careers. I hope that in time you may also want to join us in our mission to ensure other young people like you are able to fulfil their dreams of studying at the RNCM. A quality music education and training is expensive. We need to ensure that this does not exclude those who have the talent and aspiration to make music part of their lives, but lack the financial means to make this a reality. Our development team raises critical funding every year for students, facilitating opportunities we would otherwise be unable to provide. With their help, and thanks to the generosity of our family of donors, we are able to offer scholarships and bursaries to 1 in 3 of our students. However, we would dearly love to be able to do more, and so need your help in spreading the word. If you have been the beneficiary of an award, or even if you haven't, please do pay this forward and encourage people to support us in any way they can. If you or your families would like to give something back, either now or in the future, please do reach out, as we would love to have a conversation with you. To conclude, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you receiving your awards today. To our new honorands, I welcome you warmly into the extended RNCM family. To our graduates, you will always be very welcome here. Do please keep in touch with our alumni team. My colleagues would love to hear from you, to share and celebrate your news, and to open that up to the wider RNCM community. Also, to support you in developing your professional connections and networks, and to champion you and your careers in any way they can. It has been a genuine pleasure and a privilege to work with you in your time at the RNCM. As you take your next steps into the music profession, wherever in the world this may be, we will be following your progress with much interest and wishing you every success and happiness into the future. Thank you. President, on behalf of the RNCM, I now invite presentations of musicians who have been deemed worthy to be admitted as fellows of this college.
President, it is a great honour and privilege for me to be able to present Nicholas Childs for the Fellowship of the Royal Northern College of Music. Hailing from Wales, Professor Nicholas Childs is heralded as a leading figure in the worldwide brass community and has achieved the highest international reputation as a performer, educator, conductor, interpreter, and advocate of new music, as well as being producer of hundreds of award-winning brass albums. His competition success with brass bands is unprecedented, with 7 national titles, 3 British Open, 3 European Championships, and 42 regional titles to his name. His current tenure as principal conductor and director of music of the Black Dyke Band has been marked with continued contest success. His first nationals win with the band came in 2001. I was personally part of that particular performance, a wonderful shared memory, and 5 more have followed, the latest in 2023. Nick's father, John, was the driving force behind both him and his brother Bob becoming 2 of the finest exponents of euphonium playing in the world. But he ensured that whatever success came their way, they never became big-headed. Nick tells me the greatest advice he gave us was, never forget the people you meet on the way up, because you will most certainly meet them again on the way back down. As one of the world's most recognised euphonium performers, Nicholas has performed and taught throughout the world. He has performed with the BBC Philharmonic, the Halley Orchestra, the United States Marine Band, London Symphony Brass, and Canadian Brass. As a brass band conductor, he has enjoyed success on the concert platform, making his BBC Proms debut in 2007, and numerous performances at the Harrogate International Festival, Cheltenham Festival, and City of London Festival. He has conducted on numerous critically acclaimed CDs, including the Black Dyke Elgar album, in which he shared the baton with Sir Colin Davis. And in June 2017, along with the Black Dyke Band, Nick also made his debut at Glastonbury, sharing the main pyramid stage that day with Barry Gibb, Jamie Cullum, and Ed Sheeran. His commitment to new repertoire and enlarging the musical literature of the brass band has seen him premiere hundreds of new works by leading British composers, including Arthur Butterworth, Martin Ellerby, Elgar Howarth, James Macmillan, and Paul Mealer. His innovative concert programming is a hallmark of Black Dyke's performances, and the body of recordings made over the last 25 years is remarkable. Among these are outstanding collections of the music of Eric Ball, Edward Gregson, Peter Graham, Wilfred Heaton, and Philip Wilby. Nicholas gives important emphasis to the development of the brass band movement. This comes via his commitment to the training of outstanding young musicians. Nick founded the National Children's Brass Band in 2004 and was the musical director of that band for 17 years. He has also directed the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain and founded the Yorkshire Youth Brass Band as the educational arm of Black Dyke. His association with the RNCM spans 35 years, starting in 1990 as a euphonium tutor, then as director of the RNCM Brass Band programme. Black Dyke Band are an official professional performance and placement partner of the RNCM, and Nick has mentored countless students as members of both the RNCM Band and of Black Dyke. Representative honours that have been given to Nicholas include an honorary doctorate from Leeds Metropolitan University, where he served as Professor in Music and Recording, the Isles Medal from the Worshipful Company of Musicians in recognition of services to brass bands, and the Freedom of the City of London. Success has always been part of Nick's story, although there have been some disappointments along the way too. He recalls disappointment at a young age, when at a local Welsh solo contest he played on even though his main tuning slide was falling out, making his sound progressively flatter by the bar until it finally dropped to the floor and his chances of winning the under-10 title were scuppered for another year. Perhaps the self-drive and determination shown on that day has led to this unprecedented musical career. President, I am honoured to present Nicholas Childs for admission to Fellowship of the Royal Northern College of Music, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I have the honour and privilege to present Anna Meredith for admission to Fellowship of the Royal Northern College of Music. Anna is, quite simply, one of the most important musical artists working today. She is a composer of music for the concert hall, opera stage, dance, television and film, an installation artist, and, primarily with her own band, a singer and multi-instrumentalist. As a younger artist, she was part of the Camberwell Composers Collective, a vanguard for alternative classical music, where new chamber pieces, electronic music, remixes, and visual art would sit side by side with a fundamentally plural attitude towards aesthetic and musical ideas. This lives on in a musical language that draws on new classical music, art pop, electronica, and experimental rock, an extraordinarily individual sound frequently described as uncategorizable and genre-defining. Her music has been performed all over the world, from the Hollywood Bowl to the first and last nights of the proms. She has been composer in residence with the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra and composer in the house with Sinfonia Viva, and her music has been commissioned, performed and toured by major orchestras and ensembles everywhere. She has enjoyed critical success with her 2 studio albums, Varmints and Fibs, which between them have been celebrated with Pitchfork's Best New Music, Loud and Quiet's Album of the Year, a Mercury Prize nomination, and Electronic Sound's Album of the Year. With her band, and sometimes orchestra, including very memorably the RNCM Symphony Orchestra, she has toured extensively at major venues around the UK and further afield, and performed at Glastonbury, Latitude, Halden Pop, Rewire, Big Ears, and SXSW festivals. Her music is packed with invention, beautiful crystalline chamber pieces based on origami, bombastic dance music driven string quartets, grand orchestral and choral music accompanied by projections all over the Royal Albert Hall, an immersive installation for dodgems where the interactive soundtrack is triggered by the cars colliding, a solo work for bassoon which is transformed electronically to dispatch an epic rock guitar solo, a concerto for beatboxer and orchestra, 2 epic works for en masse body percussion, soundtracks for augmented and virtual reality installations. This list could go on. Her music is regularly featured in film and television to great acclaim, from Yorgos Lanthimos' The Favourite to Channel 4's Help. She has also written highly successful film and television scores for films including Bo Burnham's 8th Grade, Mahaya Bellows' The End We Start From, and Dana Opusic's Tuesday. Her first television score was for Netflix, Living With Yourself. She is also a regular guest presenter on BBC Radio 3 and 6 Music, and has been a radio and TV guest, judge, and panel member on numerous shows. She was voted #1 in the list List's Hot 100 of cultural contributors to 2016, made the 2018 BBC Women's Hour Power List, and was awarded an MBE for services to music in the 2019 Queen's Birthday Honours List. It has been an honour to have known Anna for many years as a composer, and for the 7 years we co-directed the National Youth Orchestra of Great Britain's composition course together. Whether it's her teaching, her albums, her concert music, or the now legendary NYO Composers Obstacle course, she approaches all of these endeavours with care, irreverence, integrity, and ferocious creative energy. She is emblematic of what I hope we aspire to as composers at the RNCM, as she is inclusive, daring, imaginative, and full of industry and authenticity. Mr. President, I am delighted to present Anna Meredith for admission to Fellowship of the Royal Northern College of Music, honoris causa.
President, on behalf of the RNCM, I now invite presentations of persons who have rendered distinguished service and are deemed worthy to be admitted as honorary members of this college.
Mr. President, I have the honour and privilege to present Stuart McConey for admission to honorary membership of the Royal Northern College of Music. Local lad Stuart McConey was born in Wiston, Merseyside, and raised in Wigan, grounding him in the rich cultural heritage of the north of England. His upbringing in a region steeped in musical history, industrial grit, and vibrant community life shaped his worldview and ignited a passion for the arts that would guide his life's work. Stuart's northern roots are more than a biographical detail. They're central to his identity and ethos. Throughout his career, he has championed the North not as a mere geographical location, but as a thriving cultural force, challenging stereotypes and celebrating its contributions to music, literature, and community. Stuart's pride in his heritage has been a recurring theme in his work, resonating deeply with audiences who see him as a reflection of their own lives, struggles, and triumphs. His voice has become synonymous with a kind of cultural advocacy that uplifts the local while connecting it to the universal. Stuart began his career as a journalist, making his mark in some of Britain's most influential publications, including NME, Q Magazine, and Mojo. His writing captured the essence of an era when music journalism was as much about cultural commentary as it was about the music itself. Stuart's articles stood out for their incisive analysis, sharp wit, and ability to make complex ideas accessible to a broad audience. Whether he was profiling emerging artists or reflecting on the legacy of established icons, his words carried authority and heart. His transition to broadcasting was seamless, with his talent for storytelling finding a natural home in radio. Stuart's voice, both figuratively and literally, has become a trusted companion to millions of listeners, offering insight, humour, and a deep understanding of music's power to shape and reflect society. As co-host of the Radcliffe and McConey Show, first on BBC Radio 2 and later on BBC Radio 6 Music, Stuart has become a household name. The show's unique blend of music, conversation, and cultural exploration have made it a beloved fixture in British broadcasting. The Radcliffe and McConey Show exemplifies Stuart's ability to connect with audiences on a profound level. He and his co-host, Mark Radcliffe, have created a space where music is not merely played, but discussed, dissected, and celebrated. The show is as much about ideas as it is about sound, a reflection of Stuart's belief that music is a lens through which we can understand history, politics, and the human condition. Beyond the airwaves, Stuart has established himself as one of Britain's most insightful chroniclers of contemporary life. His books, including Cider with Roadies, Pies and Prejudice, and The Long Road from Jarrow, blend memoir, travelogue, and social history to explore the stories that define us as a nation. In Cider with Roadies, Stuart offers a heartfelt and hilarious account of his journey from a music-obsessed teenager to a professional journalist, capturing the spirit of a generation for whom music was both a personal obsession and cultural touchstone. In Pies and Prejudice, he turns his gaze to the north, challenging reductive narratives and celebrating the region's unique identity from its industrial past to its artistic legacy. His exploration of northern culture is not just a personal homage, but also a call to recognise the region's enduring significance in shaping the UK's cultural and economic landscape. Perhaps the most poignant is The Long Road from Jarrow, in which Stuart retraces the route of the Jarrow Marches of 1936. This book is a testament to his ability to connect past and present, weaving together the struggles of working-class communities with contemporary debates about inequality and identity. It's a vivid reminder of the power of storytelling to preserve memory, provoke thought, and inspire action. Stuart's passion for music extends far beyond his role as a broadcaster and writer. He's a tireless advocate for live performance, recognising it as the lifeblood of the music industry and a vital cultural experience. From supporting grassroots venues to promoting emerging artists, Stuart's commitment to live music is unwavering. His work on projects like The People's Songs, a BBC radio series exploring the social history of modern Britain through 50 iconic songs, demonstrates his belief in music as a communal experience that transcends boundaries. Stuart understands that music is not just something we consume, it's something we share, something that brings us together and helps us make sense of the world. Stuart's contributions to the arts are vast, but perhaps his greatest legacy lies in his ability to inspire others. His career is a testament to the power of passion, curiosity, and authenticity, whether it's introducing audiences to a forgotten gem of Northern soul, unpacking the political resonance of a protest song, or simply sharing a laugh over an obscure cultural reference. Stuart invites us to see the world through his eyes that find beauty, meaning, and connection in every corner of life. His advocacy for the North, his championing of music as a cultural force, and his dedication to storytelling have made him a role model for aspiring writers, broadcasters, and musicians. Through his work, he's demonstrated that the arts are not a luxury, but a necessity, a way of understanding ourselves and each other in an ever-changing world. As we celebrate Stuart's remarkable career, it's clear that his influence extends far beyond his own achievements. He's enriched our cultural landscape, amplified the voices of communities too often overlooked, and reminded us of the enduring power of music and storytelling. Today, the Royal Northern College of Music is proud to honour Stuart McConey as an honorary member, and in doing so, we recognise not only his exceptional contributions to music and broadcasting, but also his role as a cultural ambassador for the North and a tireless advocate for the transformative power of the arts. Stuart, your work has inspired and uplifted countless individuals, and we are privileged to count you as part of the RNCM family. Mr. President, I'm delighted to present Stuart McConey for admission to honorary membership of the Royal Northern College of Music honoris causa.
It is a great honour and privilege for me to confer honorary membership of the Royal Northern College of Music upon the William and Frances Doby Charitable Foundation for their services to music and charity. Originally from Cumbria, Dr. William and Mrs. Frances Doby lived most of their married life in Buxton, Derbyshire, where Bill worked for ICI in Buxton and Northwich. They were an active, energetic couple who were members of St Anne's Church, Buxton, and great supporters of a wide variety of charities, including the newly formed Royal Northern College of Music. Affectionately known as Bill and Sis, They had no children but a passion for music, particularly piano and brass. Their personal involvement with the RNCM dates back to at least 1981. In the late 90s, they set up an annual bursary, an award for students. They were regular visitors to the RNCM and are still fondly remembered by RNCM staff, particularly in the School of Wind, Brass and Percussion. After Sis's death in 2011, Bill gave instructions for the residue of his estate to be left in trust for charitable causes. He died in 2016 and the foundation was established as a charity in 2017. Since then, it has supported the Dobies' favoured causes in their memory and has awarded a hugely significant amount of financial support to the RNCM, which is the largest beneficiary of its funding. This has provided undergraduate, postgraduate and junior RNCM students with vital financial support, as well as regular contributions to the Access to Learning Fund, formerly known as the Hardship Fund. Most recently, the trustees awarded a special gift of £50,000 to mark the RNCM's 50th birthday year, to reinvigorate and recharge our brass offer, both within the college and out in the community, supporting a new generation of brass players. This had a transformative effect on the school and is now a model for how philanthropy can assist other schools and instruments in the coming years. The foundation has supported dozens of young musicians to undertake and complete their studies at the RNCM, many of whom have gone on to successful and valuable careers in the music industry and benefiting the wider community. Through their continued support in Bill and Sis's name, Foundation Chair Jonathan Parkin and trustees Carl McColgan and Graham Platts have made a significant and lasting contribution to the RNCM and a great many young musicians who would otherwise not have been able to complete or focus on their musical training at a crucial time in their lives. President, it is with great pleasure that I present the William and Frances Dobie Charitable Foundation for honorary membership of the Royal Northern College of Music, honoris causa.
On behalf of this year's new Fellows and Honorary Members, I'd like to thank the Royal Northern College of Music for honouring us with these awards. The college has a wonderful reputation for nurturing some of Britain's most respected musicians, as is evident by the list of previous honorands. It's humbling for us to be held in such esteem. Not only this, but I can have personal knowledge how much the college has affected me personally and the development of brass bands throughout the world. We are delighted that the awards that you have conferred upon us today will mark our continued relationship with the college. We look forward to opportunities to express this and contribute to its future success. Once again, thank you, Royal Northern College of Music, for honouring us with these awards.
President, on behalf of the Royal Northern College of Music, I present for the award of Bachelor of Music with Honours in Popular Music Alex Bresh. Jake Brown. Daisy Cameron. Frankie Conyers. Sam Cooper. Noah Curran. Callum Drury. Greta Eitman-Tite. Red Fielder Van Cleef. Will Gilbert. Freddie Gilmore. Izzy Hart. Lily Holland Frick. Scott Hughes Lewis. Charlie James. Gabby Kay. Kiara Kotowas. Finn McTaggart. Carwyn Mockford. Ed Newman. May Payne. Adam Peters. Nina Pinto. Luke Pudney. Louis Riley. Fraser Rowe. Ruben Savage. Nadeem Shakir. Dan Tucker. And Gemma Watson.
President, on behalf of the Royal Northern College of Music, I present for the award of Bachelor of Music with honours, Brennan Aline. Callum Anderson. Freddie Ball. Andras Bala. Charlie Barker. Alex Barron. Julian Bailey. Rose Berelovitz. Cristoforo Beretti. Will Bird. Tristan Boldy. Verona India Bridge. Jay Broadhurst. Jasmine Brown. Gigi Casey. Janice Chan. Yihan Chen. Emma Conway. Amirul Magali Cox. Tom Coyle. Alicia Davis. Elizabeth Dawson. Audrey Doyle. Finula Drumgool. Richard Dunn. Peter Entwistle. Andrew Farrow. Ellie Forrester. Lemony Frere. Amelia Gray. Grace Harmon. Jasmine Higgs. Ben Hill Wilson. Matthew Hodson. Adam Hoffland Ward. Danielle Hom. Jessica Holding. Taisia Holovko. Gemma Humphreys. Joe Hunt. Sophie Iliathar. Cameron Jackson. Mariam Jackson. Orin Jacob Sire. Ethan Jacobs. Deanne Jepson. Michaela Jones. Liam Carlson. Matthew Kenny. Tabitha Kobine. Abhishek Pichumani. Edgar Langley. Lokien Liu. Zhao Liu. Edward Lloyd. Paula Lopez Atanet. Chiara Lordi. Rachel Lowe. Gemma Liu Kai. Hai Wai Law. Dan Malone. Ellie Marks. Rory Masterton. Christina Maxfield. Beth McAllister. Aidan McCusker. Ross McDonald. Erin McClellan. Holly Alice Morton. Noah Nishizawa. Charlotte Neuter. Patrick Parley. Emily Peterson. Lucy Pye. Ellen Riley. Emma Robinson. Eden Saunders. Ji-U So. Barney Shaw. Esther Shea. Hermione Smith. Zach Smith. Wan Yen So. Emily Stewart. Matthew Still Blundell. Liana Story. Samuel Strongman. Winnie Sue. Ilana Tapper. Xavier Taschini. Natasha Tile. Kelsey Thomas. Isabel Thompson. Gabriela Wakławska. Rihanna Wade. Yihan Wang. Sam Weekly. Oscar Williams. Seb Williman. Jessie Mae Wilson. Nikki Wilson. Ho Yin Wong. Wong Reiching Rachel. Ellie Wood. Georgia Woodhead. Emilio Yanez Ruiz. Yishun Yuan. Yushuan Zhao. Si Zhao. And for the award of Bachelor of Music, Will Graham.
President, on behalf of the Royal Northern College of Music, I present for the award of Graduate Diploma of the Royal Northern College of Music, David Bicaregi. Molly Bieletsky. and Ruby McGee. President, this concludes the presentation of undergraduate awards. Those graduating, the names of those graduating in absentia are listed in the program.
President, I present a student of the Royal Northern College of Music who has been selected to receive a gold medal. May Payne.
Hello. Everyone was looking around, and I thought, oh, it must be my time. Wow. What an incredible journey we have had together. And I feel honoured that I get to present this speech to you today, to celebrate our individual successes and as a cohort. Firstly, congratulations to each and every one of you. We have worked so hard, from the late-night reflective portfolio writing to the early morning practicing, or not. You are some of the most fabulous graduates I know. For some of us, we may be the first graduates in our family, and for the majority of us, the first conservatory graduates. This is a huge milestone, and I think it is only appropriate to celebrate the good times and reflect on our journey. Let's go back to the beginning. In September 2020, 133 of us came to Manchester from all across the world with one common interest: music. For many of us, it was our first time leaving home and living away from our family and friends. We entered this building in unprecedented times, but we powered through and made the most of our first year. After what seemed like a really long time, we were lucky to make music together once again in our second year. We went on to be involved in some amazing projects throughout the RNCM's 50th birthday celebrations in our third year, creating some beautiful music together and making memories to last a lifetime. The final hurdle, fourth year, saw us collaborating with one another throughout the creative project period, and we performed our end-of-year recitals for the last time. We've all progressed throughout our studies, from our creativity to our resilience, and the paths we have now taken. Whether you have gone on to study a master's, become a teacher, or a famous TikToker, we will continue to embrace our skills no matter what we do in life. None of our growth would be possible without the people we surround ourselves with, our family and friends. Thank you to our parents for giving us lifts to and from concerts, encouraging us to practice or telling us to shut up, for being our biggest fans, always supporting us, and reminding us why we do what we do every day. Thank you to our friends for being there for us, for never failing to make us laugh on a bad day, and never saying no to a pint, or should I say half a pint, in the RNCM bar after an evening rehearsal, or a Tuesday night singing karaoke at Footage. I would like to personally thank my friends and my housemates for being the most incredible people I have met. Without you, my time at the RNCM would have been very different. I'm so thankful to you all. I now know I've made some friends that will last me a lifetime, and always remember how proud I am of each and every one of you. I would also like to say a huge thank you to my parents, my family, and my principal study tutor. Without you, I wouldn't have the confidence and faith I have in myself today. I may not have ever considered studying at a conservatoire, and I wouldn't have the amazing support from you, whether it's been 100 or 3,000 miles away. The love from you all is so incredible, and I'm extremely grateful. I think we can all agree that the phenomenal people working in this building help shape the future musicians we set ourselves up to be. Thank you to Ravi and the Board of Governors for guiding the college with your expertise. Thank you to Linda and the executive team for your tireless commitment, keeping the RNCM ticking, and your support and advice that you have provided throughout my new role. As Student Union President, it has been absolutely fascinating to gain some insight on how the RNCM works behind the scenes. I'm in awe of all the work you do. Thank you to our principal study tutors, heads of school, our school administrators, the academic staff, staff pianists, student services, for giving us our 5th and hopefully final student card replacement. Thank you to the wellbeing and language support teams, the sound and video team, the porters, maintenance, the catering team, the cleaning staff, reception, security, the library, IT, development, marketing, the box office and front of house team. Thank you to all of my successors and student union teams for all of your fantastic work throughout our time at the RNCM, and for organizing some of the most memorable parties in history. To anyone else I may have missed, thank you. I have one final and very important thank you, and that is to you, the students, our students, or should I say, RNCM alumni. Without you, the sense of community, the special atmosphere you create wouldn't be the same. I'll never forget the first time I walked into this building, absolutely petrified of what the theory test would include, but how I immediately felt this sense of community throughout. Everyone is always so friendly and welcoming. I feel this is something that truly makes the RNCM very special. The RNCM, in its 51 years, has built a reputation for producing a special type of musician. RNCM musicians are talented, innovative, versatile, dedicated, supportive, creative, and artistic leaders, to name a few. Not only do I believe that the RNCM helps shape our students to have these attributes, I believe we are all guided in various ways to have these qualities throughout our careers, whether they be music-based or not. We all have these values. We are encouraged to be individual, not only in classical and pop music, but in other genres too. We are the ones to shape the future, and the next chapter is ours to write. Finally, always remember to be kind, be yourself. We are all still so young. Go out and explore the world. Don't ever let your fears overwhelm your dreams. You will never know what you're capable of unless you try. Now, go and enjoy your graduation day. You all deserve it. But more importantly, please go and help yourselves to a glass or two of Prosecco, and knowing you lot, it will all be gone in a matter of minutes. And just remember, graduation is not the end. It is only the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie, for that heartfelt and heartwarming speech. And it's something I feel myself whenever I come to this excellent college, of which I have the privilege of being the president of, something I would never have expected in my life, great honour. I feel the vibrancy, I feel the warmth, and it's always great to come back. Now, I choose to spurn the microphone because I've been an opera singer for 50 years, and it just seems odd to speak through a microphone, so here I am. I believe I'm being picked up by these for the streaming, which is very important and is good. First of all, I wish to, well, first of all, congratulations to everyone who I have had the pleasure of giving an award to today, both on the platform and off the platform, all of you up there. It's a day of celebration and joy, and it's wonderful to be a part of it. Now, first of all, I must apologise for knocking over the scrolls with my sleeve. It hasn't happened before, and it won't happen again. But it does remind me of the Morecambe and Wise sketch, which I'm treading on dangerous ground here, telling a Morecambe and Wise joke. But I think Morecambe says to Wise, "Ah, do you have the scrolls?" And Wise says, "No, it's just the way I walk." Now, this event always reminds me, coming back to the college reminds me of my own student days in Manchester as a music student, back in the 60s actually. It was at the Royal Manchester College of Music, one of the precursors of this great place, along with the Northern School. They joined together around 1970 to form this building. Had a wonderful 4 years there, 67 to 71, that sort of time. I went in with a rather rough-hewn voice. I learned a lot about musicianship, acting, vocal technique, most importantly, languages, dance even, movement, theatre. And I came out, a young opera singer, and I've been an opera singer ever since, and still am an opera singer, although I'm just slowing. I don't quite have the energy for the big roles. I'm slowing down a bit. But I love singing and I love music. I come from a little place 20 miles north of here, Oswald Twistle, which was in my day, a sort of cotton town, textile workers and so on. And that's where my singing, where my music comes from. As well as brass bands, this is very much the same roots as Stuart here, northern roots. Male voice choirs. My uncle conducted the Accrington male voice choir. My auntie played the organ in the Methodist chapel. We all sang round the piano. Singing was what I grew up with. Something to do with industry, I think. If you've been working in the mill all day, you want some spiritual uplift. And so you sing or play an instrument. And that's one of the great things about music, isn't it? And so that was all, of course, a very strong amateur tradition, which I was brought up in, and I came to Manchester to study civil engineering, actually, and when that was finished, then I went to the College of Music to really get to grips with my first love, which was music and singing. Now, since then, opera singing has taken me all over the place, from the Royal Opera House to the Metropolitan Opera New York to Tokyo, Sydney Opera House, the Vienna State Opera, Wolverhampton Theatre Royal, and opera, of course, is words and music. The words sort of tell the story, the music says everything else. Music is the pulse of the evening. Music is powerful in the dramatic expressiveness of the evening. and in the emotional power. And just a word in praise of music, really. That's why we're all here in some form, isn't it? Music is a magical medium. It goes straight to the heart. It brings a tear to the eye most unexpectedly. Where did that come from, I wonder? Where did that? It makes us get up and dance. It reaches parts that other art forms don't reach. There's so many problems in the world. There's divisiveness and division, even wars, for God's sake, these days. And music, you know, it's not going to solve these problems, obviously, but music crosses all boundaries globally. Boundaries of countries, borders, boundaries between language and ethnicity and race and all of those things. Music brings us together. And so just a final sentence is that for all of you who I've had the pleasure of giving awards to today, wherever life takes you in the future in the service of music, may it bring you great joy and fulfillment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Wise words, as always, and noted about the scrolls. Now, sadly, we are approaching the end of our magical morning, but I sense our students are getting quite thirsty, so it won't be too long. In keeping with tradition, we are going to end with the national anthem. Before I introduce our students, just a bit of housekeeping. Could I kindly ask all of our guests to remain in your seats until the students and the President's procession has left the auditorium. So without further ado, please can everyone who is able to be upstanding for the national anthem. And I'd like to introduce one of our students, James Connolly, who will kindly sing for us. So James Connolly.